a sample we just got off this little chap. He's only a tiny little pony that we collected from. He's about, I think he's about 25 actually now, that stallion. But I was talking about all the sort of the health and safety side, and the beauty about obviously the safety of the stallion collecting it this way rather than jumping obviously on a live mare. But there are other attributes of AI. Is that when we get this collection, we can actually examine it and see what actually we're handling and what the quality is like as well. And we can see he gave us a very good sample this morning. Actually excelled himself. Normally his isn't this good, and that's the one of the things we do learn about stallions. Some days it's good, some days it's not, and a lot can depend on stress, weather, time of year. The semen then can now go sort of 3 different ways. We can do fresh, chilled, or frozen. Fresh means we collect this sample here and take it straight down, usually to the mare yard, and inseminate it, usually within about an hour. And that's the most fertile way of getting your mare in foal. There's no better way of doing it, basically. You've got the good product, nice and fresh, and you've got a mare waiting there, and it'll last inside the mare sometimes to 3 or 4 days. You've got chilled semen, and it's quite confusing between the 3. Chilled is where we collect, and then we actually ship the semen overnight, and it's in the mare usually within 24 hours. But of course, the semen's always deteriorating from that point on, so the quicker it's in the mare, the better. The third way is we actually freeze the semen. This is where we freeze it down, and we spin it down in these centrifuges. We add some cocktail of chemicals to it to preserve it, like an antifreeze, and then we stick it in a liquid nitrogen, which is minus 196 degrees centigrade, and then somehow we've got to thaw it out and make it get a pregnancy. But it does work well, but they aren't as good as fresh, but it's there for a reason. We're talking most probably about 70 to 80% conception rate, whereas with fresh semen, most probably natural covering could be up into the 90s. So there is a 20% difference there, and some people get confused, say, oh, I just use frozen when it doesn't work. But if you get everything, if you get a good vet, a good mare, and hopefully a good person who froze it, you can get very good results.
Do you how many freeze? Do they all freeze? Or?
We can again freeze about 90%. We used to be 70%, but the techniques have changed an awful lot. Even over the last sort of 5 years, we can freeze more stallions than ever we could freeze before. So there's new techniques always coming on the market, which I love. We spend a fortune on technology in this lab. There must be over £100,000 worth of equipment just in here, just to be able to freeze it. And we're always trying to update our equipment to make it better and better. So there's quite a lot of things we can do to it. So we can freeze most stallions, but they
vary with breeds at all or not?
It does, I'm afraid, yes. But we use different techniques slightly with different breeds. But saying that, there's a lot of things we can do nowadays to help that and to get them freeze. But we've got to have that good sample. What we can't do is turn a poor sample into a good sample. If we get that good sample, usually we can freeze it. And to be fair, the ones that don't give us the best sample are the ones that don't obviously freeze, because we can't bring them back to life. So.